Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, you are watching a Crypto Hamster channel. Today we have some news about the crypto market, actually a lot of news, and we'll also look at the charts. So, as usual, let's go!
Let's go.
So, while with the Bitcoin price there's nothing interesting happening these days, I would like to share with you at least some interesting news in the about the crypto space. So, the first one is from United States. Software giant Intuit awarded patent for processing Bitcoin payments via SMS. So it actually was from 2014 when they filed the patent, and you see it was like 4 years until this patent was finally approved. And why it is huge is that because you see the cell phone's usage for the crypto transaction is sometimes well, actually often treated as the key point to mass adoption, because you know a lot of people tend to use more smartphones or other like mobile devices in order to do their regular activity in internet, and it's somehow easier to them to to deal with crypto with their cell phones. So this is actually really huge, and so electronic giant HTC also has meanwhile recently announced it would introduce a smartphone with a native crypto wallet and support for CryptoKitties game. So it's actually not only the first step, but you see some huge companies already interested. Let's go to the next news. It is from Japan, and actually sometime before Japan announced, well, not Japan, but the Yahoo Japan, the huge internet company founded in January '96. So they announced that they will deal with cryptocurrencies. So they enter to crypto space, and actually Yahoo is dominating the Japanese internet industry from quite a while, like 2000 year, and now still it's one of the biggest search engines which Japanese tend to use. And you see it's like a huge capital again for more and more companies are interested in coming to the crypto space. So quite a positive sign. And one more thing, I'm sorry, it's actually a whole set of the things from Japan these days. So as we can see from newsbitcoin.com, there are a few interesting announcements from Japan. So first of them is that will be a new mining operation run in, well, not in Japan, but from the Japanese company. I think they will do it in Canada. So, and also, which is interesting, they will utilize state-of-the-art 7nm process technology to its own mining operation and selling chips. The idea is that I think ASICs, the recent ASICs are lower, worse in terms of the technology, maybe 9nm, I'm not quite sure, but still, those seems to be actually better than the recent ASICs. So this is the huge thing. Second one is that they plan to run the exchange in Singapore. So it's like a huge infrastructure building within one company around the crypto area. And also they announced that they established a corporate token venture fund in Hong Kong called Unblock Ventures Ltd. And not this company, but this is actually another one, the Line Corporation. And the thing is that this is probably one of the biggest messenger in Japan, which is used like for most of Japanese are using it. And again, it's the huge capital, which is, so they're launching this new corporate token fund by aiming to boost the development and adoption of cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology. So you see the whole set of the huge capital companies are interested and doing like actual steps in the area. Next one, we all love Binance, and we know that it's one of the biggest exchanges these days, but the thing here is that Binance didn't have the fiat gateway, and it seems like they actually are about to do that. On August 16th, there was like announcement about the Binance announced fiat to crypto exchange for crypto investors in Luxembourg, and recently it was actually confirmed again. So they launched this exchange. The thing is that Liechtenstein introduced a new blockchain law which provides legal and regulatory certainty for business and customers, and it's actually one of the few countries which are very prone to implement blockchain technologies and of course cryptocurrencies on that basis. So very, very positive news from Europe. So, and again, combining it with Binance, that's the sort of the partnership which probably couldn't fail, in my opinion. And speaking about the gateways, we know about the Ethos universal wallet. So, those of you who don't know, Ethos is the blockchain project which is aimed to make the universal wallet for storing cryptocurrencies and also fiat gateway. And recently they actually made their the real wallet on the smartphones for iOS and Android. So you can use it, you can add your currencies there, you can store it, and it seems to be super safe and everything like that. But the point is they actually aim to add the fiat exchange there. And it says that from August 14th, here's news. So Ethos announced the integration with Simplex, a global instant fiat purchase service enabling Bitcoin and altcoin purchase with credit and debit cards. This integration will mean that Ethos customers will soon have access to liquidity and exchange services between fiat and cryptocurrencies on an international scale. So this is actually really huge news in terms of competition even with Binance or Coinbase. So if you believe that Ethos wallet is great, you can store like 100 cryptocurrencies there and you can buy them directly to your wallet. So another thing from Ethos, if we're talking about that, so they also introduced the air swaps of the coins, the cryptocurrency coins, which are able to be stored in their wallet. So they partnered with Shapeshift. All Ethos Universal Wallet users will be able to swap between different types of cryptocurrencies with speed, ease, and security without even leaving your wallet. This is the major point. So as soon as you store your currencies, so your coins in your wallet, they expect it to be stored safely, so nobody can steal them from that. But when you transfer them to the exchange, apparently on the exchange may be hacked, and or your password can be somehow stolen, whatever. But the point is that with Ethos, if it'll really work out, then probably it's much safer. So this is a great boost for them. If the community will appreciate that, I expect that it will make a huge deal. Now let's talk about a little bit more about fundamentals, well, sort of fundamental point of view on the question with ETFs. So we're all waiting for ETFs in September 30th and some other small ETFs, and there's a huge influencer in the space of crypto, Andreas Antonopoulos, and he really clever, smart person. He knows super many things about blockchain and Bitcoin and so on and so forth. So he said that he is sort of against the ETF. So he has even a whole video about that on his YouTube. And there's also an article on CNN portal which you can find as well. And the main point of his saying is that we have seen in other markets that when an ETF becomes available, the price really increases dramatically. So that's cool. As suddenly that commodity becomes available to a lot more investors, and these investors pile on. But on the other side of it, and this is like a worrisome thing, is that there are always these claims that the commodities markets are heavily manipulated, and opening up these ETFs only increase the ability of institutional investors to manipulate the price of commodities. This is one thing that he is tried to aware about, and the point is indeed, so if the Wall Street wolves will come to the market, then probably so all the small fish will die. Another thing is that a huge company which will run those futures, which will own the physical bitcoins, which will backing the paper contracts for the not futures, the ETFs, they will actually be able to manipulate the market, because those bitcoins will be in their own wallets, so they can do whatever they want. Although the real owners of the ETF contracts will not be able to do anything with those bitcoins. Not mentioning the fact that maybe such things like, for example, the forked coins from Bitcoin, which potentially should be gained by the owners of the contract, they may not be, and so on and so forth. So the huge power for the community will be given to the ETF exchanges, the ETF running companies in that case. Well, you know, this is the concerns, but still, if the price will rise, it still will be maybe even better. The effect, the positive effect, maybe even would be better than the negative effect, the potential negative effect. Some more things, a little bit of I wouldn't say fun, but some less stressful things, let's say. The news from India BitConnect head. So probably this guy, I believe this is his pictures. He was arrested. So he was in Dubai. Davesh Darji, if I pronounce his name right, was arrested this week in an airport in Delhi as he arrived from Dubai. So he was staying in United Arab Emirates for a while, I guess, and there was like their sort of unofficial headquarters of BitConnect. So then he returned to Delhi. Probably it was a little early. So the police or some other things, other guys, I don't know who deals these sort of things in India, they arrested him. And I don't know whether he is the biggest person, was the biggest person in BitConnect, but at least some things are going forward. Now, some more news. Sorry if it is too many, but I think all of them are very important. Also, a little bit positive news. Crypto skeptic Paul Krugman says Bitcoin has more utility than gold. So he actually said a lot of, well, not that negative, but he was indeed a skeptic of Bitcoin. But then he admitted he hasn't looked at the entire cryptocurrency industry at large, and he is instead focused on trying to learn how Bitcoin works. So finally, Bitcoin is the only one halfway understand, he said. So that person, it means that that person who was criticizing Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, he didn't really understand what he was saying, you see? So those gurus of financial world, they actually sometimes don't know what they say. And finally he said, yeah, okay, despite my concern, despite his concern, he didn't say that, it's written in the article, that Bitcoin mining uses a lot of energy. The leading cryptocurrency already has more utility than gold. Gold is dead, and there is some chance for Bitcoin to be valuable in the future. Some chance, he said. At least he accepted that fact. So this is not so bad news. And what I would like to share with you guys else, just one last thing before we'll go to the charts. If you know that there is a website where you can see the biggest Bitcoin wallets, with since Bitcoin is the public blockchain, so we can see all the transactions, all the wallets, and everything like that. There is information collected on one site about the 100 biggest Bitcoin wallets. So five first wallets, I think they are for exchanges, so that like common wallets for all the funds which are stored there. Of course, there are the biggest ones, but there are smaller ones, and like $100 million worth of Bitcoin are there on each of them. And it's interesting that recently some of those wallets, they start to increase the number of Bitcoins. For example, Bitcoin wallet with number 18, which stores, let's see, $287 million. It was not accepting. Some Bitcoin came to this wallet on August 18th. So total, it's like 500 Bitcoins, by the way, and the total for the month is 5,500 Bitcoins came to this address. So they don't really sell, as you can see. They didn't sell. Some of them did sell something, but it's actually quite a few, like July, and some didn't actually sell from 17th. So, but anyways, those were quite small numbers. But recently, again, this wallet had additionally 5,500, number 19, 1,500, number 21, 800, number 25, 17,000 Bitcoins. Well, that was huge, I guess. So the people who has the biggest amount of Bitcoin stored, they don't sell, as you can see. They just only buying. And this is rather interesting and positive news in my opinion. Now let's look at the chart. Nothing really happened from the last time I looked at it yesterday. We still are trading in this channel, like a sideways corridor trading, and basically we're a little bit closer to 6,600. As you remember, we looked at like sort of this ascending triangle before, and we saw that the price approaching this level. We were waiting for the breakout, and it finally broke down, but not that much. Traded for a while here and returned in principle to the same level. So it seems like the whales or whatever drive the market, they try to initiate the sell-off here, but probably people didn't support it. More they buy than sell, and this didn't go lower. On the other hand, the same thing happened on the other side, and again nothing changed. So people are really inactive, and as you can see by the volume, is declining quite a lot. So now they're sort of building one more triangle. I think they may do the same thing here and there. So, and eventually collect either shorts or longs, and then after this move probably will go the direction in which they want to, probably up. I would still be optimistic and say that they will go up. Also, as you know, so this is, everybody see that level, right? And probably they put the their stops somewhere above this. So if the huge move of the price will go above this level, then they will collect this stop, and this stopped. Actually, this is a sort of a buy orders. Those stop orders. So they will push the price even bigger, even higher, and this will escalate and probably or would be picked up by bots and by some other traders which are waiting for breaking out this channel. So probably we can go somewhere around this level. Well, I would expect that. Maybe not, but quite likely. The same is applicable to the downwards direction, but in my opinion, it's more likely that it will go up. Maybe first down and then up, like that. Again, don't forget that everything which I say is not financial advice. Please do your own research and make your decisions on your own. That's probably it for today. I hope that you didn't get tired from my long episode which I made today. A lot of news, but most of them positive. Hope to see you tomorrow. Please subscribe if you didn't. Leave a like and comment. If you don't like something, please leave me a message, and I will try to do this content better. Have a great day. Safe trading. Goodbye.